Today we are going to talk about Turkey. You might be wondering why a channel focused on the BRICS nations would discuss Turkey. Well, it is because Turkey's role on the international stage is changing and is becoming more connected to the BRICS bloc. Turkey is one of 13 countries invited to join the BRICS Partnership Belt, a network designed as a stepping stone to full membership, and it is particularly interesting when you look at its role in the Syrian scenario, where other BRICS nations such as Russia, Iran, and also China are involved. While it hasn't officially announced that it wants to join the BRICS just yet, the fact that it's increasingly aligning itself with them right now is something we have to take on board. In this video, we will take a look at Turkey's ambitions, its growing role on the global stage, and its pursuit of superpower status. From its involvement in Syria to its strategic partnerships, Turkey has re-emerged as a dynamic force in world politics, seizing opportunities in a shifting international landscape. But before we go any further into Turkey's goals, let's deal with a big question. Did Turkey turn its back on Russia in Syria? Well, politics is rarely black and white. Turkey's actions in Syria, like supporting rebel groups against Assad, have definitely gone against Russian interests. But these moves were part of a bigger plan, not a total betrayal. Even though there are tensions, Turkey and Russia still work together in a practical way. Even President Putin said that Turkey was doing a great job of keeping its own borders secure, handling the flow of refugees, and stopping Kurdish groups. This shows that geopolitics is always changing and that strategy is more important than loyalty. President Erdogan himself, reflecting on his tenure and global leadership, boldly declared, "At the moment there are only two leaders left in the world, me and Vladimir Putin. I'm not saying this because I am me, I'm stating the case. I have 22 years in office. Mr. Putin has almost as long. The others have all been eliminated." Whether you are on the same page as Erdogan and his country or not, the fact is that Turkey's ambitions, alliances, and strategic actions are going to shape the future of global politics, and there is no better time to explore them. Let's begin. Turkey is at a really important crossroads because of all the chaos in Syria right now, and this means there are some good things and some bad things for them. As the second biggest member of NATO, Turkey is a key player, but its relationship with the West has been complicated ever since Erdogan took power. Erdogan has used his Islamic faith to get political support, but his relationship with Western allies has been up and down. Since 2016, Turkey's European Union accession talks have stalled, and the US has backed his political opponents, most recently during the 2023 elections. But despite all that, Erdogan has stayed strong, even when he has been personally attacked and criticized a lot, like when Mario Draghi called him the dictator we need. Erdogan's political ambivalence has become a bit of a problem, but the West is just as inconsistent as him. To emphasize this, Democratic Senator Chris Van Hollen and Republican Senator Lindsey Graham introduced the Countering Turkish Aggression Act of 2024, which aims to use sanctions to reconcile the different interests between the US and Turkey on Syria and push for a ceasefire. NATO is a pretty weird organization, right? With everything going on in Syria, Erdogan is really making the most of Turkey's position. Recent developments, including €1 billion in European Union refugee funding, show how Ankara can get concessions by balancing between the West and the global South. As we mentioned before, in October, Turkey was also invited to join the BRICS Partner Belt, a network of nations aligned with the multipolar bloc. Turkey is becoming a really important player in the Muslim world and beyond. At the recent D8 summit in Egypt, which now has 9 members, including Azerbaijan, Turkey's strong ties with both Iran and Azerbaijan showed how much influence it has got. The year 2024 is a big one for Turkey and President Erdogan, with a clever plan that covers politics, economics, and defense. It's clear that Turkey wants to become a major global player. Turkey has become pretty good at mediating international conflicts in recent years, using its unique geopolitical position and historical connections to its advantage. One good example of this is how it helped sort out the tensions between Somalia and Ethiopia. In January 2024, Ethiopia agreed to recognize Somaliland as an independent state in exchange for access to the Red Sea port, which led to a strong reaction, especially from Egypt, a BRICS member like Ethiopia, who thought about sending in the army to support Somalia. But Turkey stepped in and managed to calm things down, brokering the Ankara Declaration to sort out arguments over territory and making sure Ethiopia could still use Somaliland's ports to trade, which is really important for its economy. Turkey's diplomatic powers is increasingly evident on the global stage, from spearheading the Black Sea Grain Initiative during the Ukraine-Russia conflict, ensuring the flow of vital Ukrainian grain to combat global food insecurity, to forging closer ties with BRICS nations. Turkey is emerging as a vital intermediary in a polarized world. Under President Recep Tayyip Erdogan and Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan, Turkey balances its NATO commitments and European Union aspirations with strategic engagement with Russia, China, and other BRICS members. Drawing from its Ottoman legacy, Turkey positions itself as a modern Muslim-majority nation, bridging East and West, promoting dialogue, cultural understanding, and mutual respect. This evolving role reflects Ankara's shift toward a multipolar world, diversifying alliances while addressing geopolitical tensions. Erdogan's attendance at the recent BRICS summit, despite domestic challenges such as the terrorist attack at the Turkish aerospace industries, underscores Turkey's determination to expand its influence and secure stronger economic and diplomatic partnership worldwide. So, Turkey's foreign policy is all about trying to increase its influence in different regions like Asia, Latin America, and Africa. In Africa, they have set up loads of embassies, from 10 in 2008 to 38 in 2024, and have upped their development aid a lot over the last 10 years to about $5 billion a year by 2024. The Turkish Cooperation and Coordination Agency, as known as TICA, is doing some great work all over Africa, from healthcare to education. For example, TICA has been involved in loads of infrastructure projects to improve local economies and build goodwill. In Latin America, they are working on strengthening ties with countries like Brazil and Argentina through trade agreements that are good for both sides. The aim is to tap into emerging markets that offer a lot of potential for growth. Its soft power initiatives are really popular, especially the Turkish soap opera diplomacy. It has become one of the most effective tools of soft power, and it's really popular all over the Middle East, Balkans, and Latin America. They do this by using relatable storytelling and cultural resonance to promote Turkey's values, history, and modern yet traditional image. This cultural export is a great way for Turkey to boost its global influence and redefine entertainment geopolitics. Another important area is its growing defense industry, especially the production of drones. As of December 2024, Turkey has an impressive 65% share of the global unmanned aerial vehicle market, with companies like Baykar leading the way. Baykar alone accounted for almost 60% of this market and reported exports totaling $1.8 billion in 2023, up from $1.2 billion in 2022. Their TB2 drones are some of the most exported combat drones in the world, with 34 countries using them, and their Akinci heavy combat drone is used by 10 countries. This success has boosted Turkey's military capabilities and made it a major player in the international defense market. Things were looking good, but money problems are still holding Turkey back. The European Bank for Reconstruction and Development thinks Turkey's economy will grow by 2.7% in 2024 and 3% in 2025, which is a sign that it is starting to get better after a bit of bad luck recently. But inflation is still really high, which is making it hard for people to spend money and for investors to feel confident. But there have been good signs, like Turkey being taken off the FATF grey list in June 2024, which made investors more confident because it showed the country was following financial rules more closely. But there are still big problems, like the country is still having a high current account deficit, about 20% of GDP, and inflation that is still going up, which could cause economic problems. The Turkey 2023 program, which kicked off in 2013, tried to get Turkey into the world's top 10 economies, but it didn't quite make it. It is still the 17th largest global economy, though. The program did a lot of good things, like getting foreign investments, pushing industrial modernization, and developing technology and infrastructure. In 2023, the European Bank of Reconstruction and Development put a record €2.5 billion into Turkey, focusing on green energy and sustainable urban growth, bringing its total investments since 2009 to over €20 billion across 453 projects. This shows how important Turkey is to regional development. But there are still some big challenges because the economy is still fragile. Energy strategy is another really important part of Turkey's development. With energy demand soaring over the last 20 years, Turkey has become a big player in the regional natural gas and electricity markets. With 60% of the world's proven oil and gas reserves located near its borders, Turkey is keen to diversify its supply routes, reduce its reliance on imports, and increase its use of both renewable and nuclear energy. The Akkuyu nuclear power plant, which is developing with Russia, is a great example of this. As a central hub for global energy trade, Turkey is leading projects like TANAP and TurkStream, which would boost European energy security and position Turkey as a regional energy hub. By aligning its policies with global energy frameworks, Turkey aims to meet growing demand while promoting sustainability and strengthening its strategic influence on global markets, while balancing environmental concerns and its strategic role in global energy markets. We can all agree that 2024 was Turkey's year. Even in sports, the most iconic figure of the year was the Turkish shooter at the Olympics, Yusuf Dikesh. Remember him? Turkey's initiatives are changing the global order. As a bridge between East and West and a mediator in conflicts, its influence extends way beyond its borders. It is a global narrative that makes us think again about alliances and power structures. What can Turkey's strategies teach us about navigating an interconnected future? Share your thoughts to join the conversation and boost this video's reach. That's all about Turkey for today. Subscribe to Think BRICS. Stay with us. Support our work by donations on Buy Me a Coffee page or using a Super Thanks feature on YouTube. Stay with us and thanks for watching.